Okay, good evening, everyone,
Hi.
and welcome to the March 11th meeting of Rotary Toronto Eglinton, coming to you on Zoom tonight. Um, this is as you know, or people watching this video will learn that we meet once a month on Zoom on Wednesday evening at 7 o'clock, and we meet two other Wednesday noon live at the um, Badminton and Rackets Court Club in Toronto at Yonge and St. Clair. Um, I'm just looking, other than Barbara, do we have any guests?
No.
I don't see anybody new there. Um, just on that note, David, do the people who are in the pipeline for membership, do they get the announcement, or I guess only if their
If
sponsor
they've
sends it to them?
if they've registered online, they will automatically get it. If they're not and they've only been speaking with Jackie, then she should be forwarding it to them.
Okay, great, thank you. Okay, let's get started with our reflection. And I saw that Laura was online.
Yes,
Laura?
good evening. Can you hear me properly?
Yeah, you sound good.
Yeah.
Great, wonderful, thank you. Today I prepared a reflection on adventure. Jacqueline Cochran inspired many with her drive to find adventure in everything that she did. This was evident even in her younger years. As a teenager, she aspired to be a beautician, and eventually she ended up working at a prestigious beauty salon in New York City. She initially got her pilot's license to expand her beauty business, which lasted throughout most of her life. She was a contemporary of Amelia Earhart, but was often overshadowed by her more famous contemporary. Yet, arguably, she was one of the most important aviation pilots in American aviation history, at least one of the most important female pilots. During World War II, she founded the Women's Air Force Service Pilots, and by the time of her passing in 1980, she held more aviation records than any other pilot, male or female. Jacqueline Cochran found adventurous spirit in everything that she did, which led her to live her life to the fullest and opportunity after opportunity which she seized. She once said, I have found adventure in flying, in world travel, in business, and even close at hand. Adventure is a state of mind and spirit.
Great. Thank you, Laura. Okay, we're going to have our feature presentation first, and then after that, we'll continue with our club business. So at this point, I usually ask for somebody to introduce the speaker, but in this case, I'm going to do that role because I'm the one who met Barbara Matthews about 3 or 4 years ago, and I met her at the Arts and Letters Club, and I learned about her art, from realistic paintings to some of the things that she's doing today. But what really struck me was when she was telling me about her. I sort of saw it as performance art, but it's much more than that. Is her work as a mime, and the reason she got into miming was to help address some of the challenges that had come into her life that she'll be talking about, related to Parkinson's disease. But some of the exercise, then I went on to watch some of her videos. She has a lot of resources that she freely shares with everyone, and you'll have access to those as well. And watch her videos, and she and I have Zoomed a couple of times, and I really saw that what she was doing is of interest and benefit, not to people wrestling with Parkinson's, only people wrestling with Parkinson's disease, but all of us. As we get older, or we have relatives or parents or friends or neighbors who are getting older, and some of the challenges that we have or all will have are the things that Barbara Matthews is addressing. So with that introduction, mime over mind, please welcome Barbara Matthews. And could everyone mute, or David, could you mute everybody except for Barbara?
I can.
Yeah, and
Thank you.
thank you, Ron, and thank you all for inviting me and letting me sneak into your last meeting because I found it fascinating. Well, I'm Barbara Salzberg Matthews, and I'm a visual artist, and I'm a retired head of art at Northern Secondary School. And in my youth, I was a mime artist. Oh, I realize I didn't put any lipstick on, so excuse me a second. Thank you. Sorry about that. Um, well, As have you noticed that as people age, their balance gets a little unsteady at times and strength sometimes evaporates. So and balance and sometimes just focus. So maybe you're even experiencing some of these yourself, or maybe you know of others who have started to show that. So today's talk, I'll share with you a few quick tips, tricks, and strategies that may help you with some of those symptoms. But let's go back in time for a minute. I was living the life. I was happily retired, and I had my two adult children were launched. I was traveling a lot with my husband, who we've been married almost 40 years. And I went back to my first love. My first love was painting and drawing, and I started showing professionally until something happened. And I was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in 2020. I'm going to try to share the screen for a minute here to show you what my art looked like before Parkinson's and after Parkinson's. So let me give this a shot here. Okay, well, this is the sort of painting. I used to do giant paintings, sometimes 5 feet by 4 feet, really, really intense details. And I noticed when I was trying to paint that street sign, this is a downtown scene from where I've moved to in Guelph, Ontario, that my hand was shaking. And I couldn't understand what was going on. But let's fast forward into after the Parkinson's really set in. And this is the type of art I started doing instead because I just couldn't paint. Yes, that's Deli Dawn on the right and Meathead on the left. I'll just stop sharing for a minute here. But during the interim, when I got the diagnosis, it felt like a punch in the gut. I was completely, I didn't expect it. I was thinking I had an essential tremor or a pinched nerve, and suddenly I had to rewrite my future. And it was devastating. And I fell into a depression. I couldn't paint for 2 years because my arm wouldn't lift and it kept shaking. And I started losing my happy places in a few areas, walking. My right foot started to drag. And this is not the future I had envisioned for myself. So I decided I had to come to terms with this, that I did not want to be perceived as that shaky old lady. I'm still me. And I came to understand I am a person living with Parkinson's. I am not my disease.
I got it. So it should be.
Yeah. And as soon as that happened, once I made that shift, I decided right then and there, I'm going to make PD my bitch. And I did, bit by bit by bit. I started doing research and I thought, there's this wonderful book about the brain. It's called The Brain's Way of Healing by Dr. Deutsch. And there's a chapter in that book that changed my life. It's called A Man Who Walked Off His Parkinsonian Symptoms. And therefore, I saw what the man was doing. He was breaking down what's involved in walking. And I was seeing myself walk differently, dragging my right leg. My right arm was frozen, not moving when I walked. I was slouching. I had very little facial expression, all symptoms of Parkinson's. But what the man was doing in the book was he was slowing down and observing how he walked. And then he started to speed it up. And I thought, this guy's doing mime. He's doing the mime walk. I remember like the moonwalk only in one place. So I thought, I'm going to teach myself to fake moving normally by using mime. And it worked. It worked. And what I did to make it work was I use imagery, a lot of imagery. For example, right now you don't see it, but there's a marionette wire that's holding me up. Okay, just like a marionette wire in my hand. And what else is held? You don't see it, but there's a coat hanger here. I swallowed a coat hanger before I went on Zoom. And it's like you imagine a coat hanger and it's there. And the other thing I used was motor memory. A lot of people in 20 years ago were calling it muscle memory, but that's not correct because it's the brain that remembers the movement. So it's motor memory and mindfulness. And I do things over and over very mindfully, and then I begin to memorize it. So I'll show you a little quick mime illusion using motor memory with my eyes shut. All right. Walter, yes, there's two Walters. Oh, okay. The one whose hands just went up in the gray shirt. Thank you. Walter, number one. Can you take that baseball size ball that's beside you? And it's a mime one. But yes, baseball size, a little smaller. Yeah, that's perfect. Can you throw that to me? And cool, thank you. Okay, that's great. I'm going to use this with my eyes shut using and demonstrate motor memory. Okay, go. Eyes shut. And I'll put that behind my ear. Oh, Walter, I better return to you. Oh, just a second. All right, are you ready? Set and catch. Good catch. Okay, all right. Thank you. So that helped me, and I decided I'm not just going to do this for myself. I feel strong compassion to my PD sisters and brothers. It's all about them. That's where I'm coming from. So I decided to take my work, my knowledge, and put together some videos, and they're now available for free. But before I got there, I was very lucky in that the University of Guelph was creating a brand new Bachelor of Creative Arts Health and Wellness degree, and they needed an exemplar course. So I worked with a team of three professors, wonderful people from different areas, science, dance, neurology, and we put our talents together and worked with students. I trained the university students how to teach mime, and we went out and worked with different people with PD, Parkinson's disease, at different levels. And that worked out great. And then I got a couple of Parkinson Canada grants and created videos and manuals and lesson plans, and I made it available for everyone for free. on my website, and that's Mime over Mind, the brain.com. And then another grant, recent grant with Parkinson Canada, I decided to plant the seeds in a number of places. So I worked with a wonderful national charity called Dancing with Parkinson's. And I'm not sure if any of you've heard of them before. Uh, it's an amazing group. They not only teach in person all over Canada for people with Parkinson's, they have a free half-hour daily Zoom class every day, weekends and holidays. And this really was helpful to me during the lockdown when I was newly diagnosed. So it formed a community. So I will show you, I will share my screen in a minute, and you'll see a snippet of myself working with dance teachers through this organization. And at the end of the video, you'll see people with Parkinson's doing mime. And we also play with circus games. So you'll see some of that too. So just 1 second here, and I'll share. Oh, let's move down, and okay. And how come we, let's go. There we are. Okay. I hope it's working, and I hope you can hear this. Thank you. Could you hear the sound? There was a little music. Okay, great. Now I'm just going to take a pause and go backwards, back in time. So let's do it. I'm back in time now. And I found what was really, really helpful for helping change the way you move is use the 6 PD Mime principles. And this works for many movement disorders, not just mime. And I'll share them with you right now, and something you might want to try. The first thing that I did, and I'll use my own example of I had a problem. I had a problem whenever I walked across the room with a glass of water. Before I knew it, I was spilling water on my foot. And I think, what the hey? This is, I shouldn't going through life spilling water on my feet. But I became aware. So that's number one, the first principle. And the second principle was to observe. And I was observing what I was doing. So going with the hand, walk, walk, walk. And then my hand got so weak. I'll do it in mine because I'll spill water on my computer and then we'll lose each other. So I was going walk, walk, walk. And then I can't hold my hand up. It's too weak. So it did that. So I now did number two, observe. And then so I thought, let's do number three. And the third PD Mind principle is analyze. And I analyzed how to move properly. And I watched my friends and my husband and other people walking carrying a glass. And what they did was when the hand was like that, they just did it the opposite. So I thought I will do the same. So I held my hand upright and tipped it slightly the opposite direction to counteract that first motion. And then I added imagination. And I pretended there was a tab of Velcro and a floating piece of wall with hook Velcro. And I got it in place. And so now when I walk, I visualize that Velcro and I compensate by turning my hand the opposite direction. So that was the analysis. And the fourth was visualization, where I play a movie in the back of my mind. And I see myself holding a real glass of water and I walk, walk, walk with the slight compensation, turning the hand back and that floating wall with the tab of Velcro. And then I did it in mime. All right. So that's the fifth principle. So I see the glass, put my hand around it, pick it up, walk, and then turn it the other way, walk, 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 walk. Okay. And then I do it in real life. Now, when I'm going over to parties and going out for a drink, I don't spill my water anymore. I do other things, but not that. So it's helpful to know the 6 PD Mime principle. Makes a difference, and other movement disorder people can benefit from that too. Now, I think what I'll show you is an interesting little a trailer for the Mime videos, and you'll get a sense of the techniques that I use. So again, I'll share my screen here, and we can go. And okay, action. Thank you. Mime is all about intentional movement and awareness of one's body and the space around us. And we find this awareness by isolating parts of our body mindfully. I'll show you quickly isolating my hands. So I lock that in space. That's one of the exercises we do. You can take a mime object like a balloon and do the same thing, or a pole. Okay. And what I find helps is isolating our facial features. Often with Parkinson's, the face gets what's called hypomime. It freezes. So before I purposely started using Mime, and still today, when my medication wears off, and I have to take a lot of medication every 3 hours, my face starts doing this, going to sleep. So I need to wake it up. And I'd like us all to try a short little exercise, waking up our faces. And by the way, I'm 102 and I don't look it. And it's because of this movement exercise. So it'll help keep you young. All right. So yes, it's true. So we'll start by working from the eyebrows down to the mouth. So I'd like everybody to give this a try. All right. Now you have eyebrows. So let's start by raising your eyebrows up, down, up, down. Very good. Can you isolate and move just one like this? Some of you have that gift. If you can't do it, don't worry. Use your fingers. It will work. I was born from a baby. I could do that. But I couldn't do this until now. After working with my hands, I now can do something. All right? You can too. Just a matter of paying attention. Okay, that's good. Now eyes are fun. Let's see if you can just raise your eyelids like that. I'll take my glasses off. You can see it. Just my eyelids. Good. Relax your eyelids. Just raise eyebrows, not eyelids, just eyebrows, like this. Then add the lids. Relax the eyebrows and relax the lids. That's tricky. Let's make it a little more challenging because I know you're gifted and I want you to reverse it. All right. So let's start with eyelids, eyebrows, eyebrows, eyelids, eyebrows, lids, lids relax, eyebrows relax. All right. 10 times real fast. No, no, I'm just joking. And then we'll move into our nose. Our noses can be woken up too. Yes, yes, I see Maria's doing it already. That's good. And yes, I see David. Very good. Can you try snarling like, ooh, ooh? Can any of you snarl on just one side? I can do it on my left, ooh, but I can't do it on my right. Yes, the other Walter is doing it beautifully. Very good. Norma, that's great. You got your double nose, Norma. I see you've got both sides active. That's great. Now, if you want to, and maybe you want to do this privately, if you start picking your nose, you can really wake up your nostrils, but maybe later on you do that. Yeah. Now, let's move through our to our mouth. Everybody imagine you bit into a lemon. Ooh. And now you just have a big bubble about to pop. So small, big, small, big. Good, very good. Can you try to swirl your lip around? So move it in this direction. For me, it's clockwise. Okay, go. And the other direction. Very good. And now you can take your lower lip. We're going to isolate that part and go sideways. That's right. And take your upper lip and pretend you're Elvis, Elvis Presley. All right. You can probably use your fingers to help you. It really helped. I could not do it, but now I can do a little bit because of that. All right, my fingers. If you practice really hard, get very mindful, you'll be able to do this. Are you ready? Okay. Now, I could not do that before. It's practice. Mindfulness makes a huge difference. And I now, when I'm chatting with people, I find my face is alive, but I have to train my brain to remember, to wake it up. And you can do that too. Now, I came up with the idea to create a book to show how Parkinson's feels like, because I'm an illustrator and an artist. So I'll share my screen for a minute. And let's go down to my book. You've got, this is an unpredictable beast. And if you go to my website, mimeovermind.com, you can download a free electronic version of this book. And with the book, I worked with people all over the world. And I asked them, what does Parkinson's feel like to you? And they described what it felt like. And I translated their ideas, their experiences into these drawings. And we ended up raising lots and lots of money because I don't take any of the profits and donations to Parkinson's Canada, Parkinson's Europe, who helped organize and produce the book, and PD Avengers, a grassroots global group. So that made me feel good. And the book was used in many ways to raise awareness and to help communicate with clinicians. Sometimes it's hard to find the words with Parkinson's, or our voices are very quiet. So some of my Parky sisters and brothers would just point to the pictures, and that would help the other person better understand. One woman bought the books for her grandchildren so they understand what she's going through. So that made me happy. But I had a problem. When I started having all these issues, I kept being sent away by my doctor because he kept saying, you're just aging. Because we didn't see women with Parkinson's. In the medical illustrations, there's older white men. And so I decided, well, I'll correct that, and I'll share with you some pictures that I made to help make us see each other in a different way. I decided to make illustrations of young women of different ethnicities showing the 5 stages of Parkinson's. Now, not everybody will go through the 5 stages, and I hopefully will keep it at bay because I'm making it my bitch. But some of my other brothers and sisters with Parkinson's have progressed quite a bit since I've been diagnosed. So,
Barbara, I know you want to have time for questions and
oh
answers.
yes, thank you
So we,
for reminding me.
yep, we have still some time. I just wanted you
Okay,
to let you know.
Thank you. Ron is my guide on the side. Okay, well, I know that, and by the way, those medical illustrations are available for free. And I also made men. I have Michael J. Fox as a young man, and there's what's the name of the fighter? The I forget my off the top of my head, but I made some of men, and they're all available for free. You can get them through my website and Parkinson's Europe. Now I know that Parkinson's is progressive, and there's no known cure yet, and that it still upsets me. I have 2 adult children, and my son didn't believe it, but my daughter, she just cried, and she was a mess, and it broke my heart. So I got focused and I woke up and I wrote my philosophy of life. And I'll share that with you right now. Parkinson's reminds me how precious life is. I'm very aware of my diminishing time and energy to get things done. So I got rid of negative people in my life. And I focus on today and what I can leave behind. And if I hear good music playing, you can be sure I'll be dancing to it. Parkinson's can't stop me from dancing. And on that note, I'm going to show you a little dance tweet I made that went viral and got people dancing all over the world with Parkinson's. We did the dopamine dance. So here it is. Let me show you that. And there you go. And you can also see where you can get free videos and my ebook, What Parkinson's Feels Like, at Mime Over Mind. And if you have questions, I invite you to email me at info@mimeovermind.com. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Barbara. That was excellent. So now we have some time for members of our club to ask Barbara their questions or provide some comments.
Thank you.
May I?
Yes.
Go ahead.
It's wonderful that I have the picture of just this church. I was working there, and Barbara, you maybe not know, but I'm a reverend, so that's why I'm working in churches.
Okay.
But one very important person in the church is the musician.
Yeah.
And the musician in this particular church, he has Parkinson. And you were talking about you didn't say muscle memory, you say brain memory.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. Yes.
To play the organ is a little bit tough for anyone, and especially if you have Parkinson, because it's 2 hands, it's 2 feet, it's a lot. And even when I was working there, he was rather progressed, so he could not work full time. So he was down to 25%, but he could still play the organ, he could still play the piano, and he could still play the accordion.
Yes.
And that's also thinking like, so I remember services where he was coming in a wheelchair and we were discreetly helping him up to the organ and just put him there, and then he was playing. And this was so important for him to be seen or heard. It was more being heard, and to be able to do what he loved. And his doctor also said to him that this thing helped keeping the Parkinson at bay.
Oh,
So
sure.
by this, I would say also that we who doesn't are affected, we have a tendency to see the illness,
Yes, yes.
but no, see
Yeah,
the person.
that's so
See the, you
important.
can do so much more. So
Yeah,
see the person, not the
exactly.
illness.
This is so important. Is for me, I feel free when I dance.
Mm.
I just
Mhm.
let the music speak through my body, and I feel free. And I find when I was having people look at the disease that I was gone, and they were looking at a checklist of symptoms. So that's so important to override, and we deserve a quality of day-to-day life. And I feel such joy. That's what I'm doing is harvesting joy now.
Any other questions?
Wonderful.
Thank you.
No, no, Barbara, wonderful, wonderful presentation. You know, your energy, your life energy is phenomenal. So we have to applaud. Despite your, disabilities and such, you have aced it. You've done wonderful work with yourself. Yes.
Well, there's many things to help me keep the disease from progressing. And it's been 3.5 years that the disease has sort of frozen.
Mhm.
And what I do, Walter, is I do serious exercise.
Mhm.
I do stretch and strength with weights, six
Right.
days a week. Not very long, maybe 15 minutes, but I do it
Mhm.
regular. And I also do cardio three
Mhm.
times a week. I have a spinning bike and I get that endorphin high. A lot of walks, and I also have taken courses on nutrition. Mediterranean diet has been proven to be effective for people with Parkinson's. Uh,
Very good.
so I do that. A lot of community service, like Rotary Club. You are my heroes. What work you do, I I do my own as well. I'm constantly giving community service. I've been teaching a 98-year-old widow since COVID art every couple of weeks, and such joy. And plus, she tells the best dirty jokes.
Wow, wow. Amazing, amazing. No, well done, well done.
Thank you. And I'm so grateful that you asked me to share what I know with you. And I hope that if you can focus on, waking up your body and just small things,
Mhm.
it helps you to get with balance and strength. Most of all, joy. I think every day is a gift, and I try to put smiles on other people's faces.
It's wonderful.
We've got a couple more minutes. If anyone wants to unmute themselves and ask Barbara a question, we've got a couple more minutes.
I love the music in the background. Whoever's playing it's a jig.
Mhm.
Okay,
So
good.
let's dance, Barbara. Let's dance.
There you go.
And sometimes I end presentations where I say to the audience, "Oh, this place reminds me, it must have been a disco." Yes, it was a disco. So bear with me. I want you all, when I say go, to look at me and blink your eyes rapidly. And then I say go, and then music is like staying alive, staying alive, staying alive. And then I get up and I start dancing, and everybody's blinking. And then they get up and dance too. So
Wonderful. Yeah.
thank you very, very much for inviting me. And I so appreciate what you people are doing as the Rotary Club. You're doing a beautiful gifts. So thank you for letting me be part of our world together. Thank you.
Thank you, Barbara. And I'm going to ask Joe Clark actually to thank you on behalf of all of us. Joe?
Well, Barbara, thank you very much on behalf of the Rotary Club of Toronto Eglinton. Your presentation was indeed inspirational. no matter whether you've got Parkinsonism or just getting old, a lot of the advice you have, or what are the model that you portrayed is truly inspirational. Your persistence, your refusal to give up, your positivity, the fact that you made use of the talents that you have in spite of the disabilities associated with Parkinsonism are really remarkable indeed. Thank you very, very much for what you've done for us. Thank you.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Yeah,
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
well done, well done.
Great. Thanks, Barbara. We're going to continue on with our business part of our meeting. You're welcome to stay on Zoom if you want to log off.
I'll log off, but thank you so much again.
Thanks, Barbara.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll continue on with our meeting. And if there's anyone who has happy bucks, we'll do them now. How this will work is if you have a happy buck, unmute yourself and share it with us, and it'll be up to you to get that money to our treasurer at some point over the next few weeks, if there's anybody who wants to do that.
Yeah, it's Joe Clark. I'd like to put in $10 for Happy Bucks for to celebrate the completion of our phase 2 of the Bujiri Wash project, which has taken quite a bit of time, but it has worked out beautifully in the end and on budget, and we can be very proud. Someday I'll make a more extended presentation of the achievements of the club in Uganda with our help. Thanks.
Thanks, Joe.
Great. Oh, I would like to match Joe's $10 and thank him for being our wonderful leader who's led us through this project despite ups and downs and hiccups and made it all happen. So thank you, Joe.
Yeah, well done.
Okay, I will match that with $10 too. And it is connected to the grants program. This year, the district has decided to go over to a club running module for the district grant applications. We opened it on the 1st of March, and we have also then introduced a system of having the qualified clubs listed on the website. And so far, I guess we are 10 days, 11 days into the program, and there have been no hiccups. So $10 worth for that. By the way, our club is qualified, so properly with enough members having taken the training, and I received an MOU from President Walter and President-elect Lisa.
Neelam's got his hand up. You're muted, Neelam. Unmute. We can't hear Neelam.
Anyone else until he figures that out?
Okay. Neelam, I need to see you live one of these days. I have a Paul Harris pin to give you there, which I've been holding on to for many, many months now. So I need to see you live as soon as possible.
Okay, Walter, why don't you continue with your president's part of the meeting and your committee chairs reports?
Okay. Are there community chair? Okay, we are going to be raising our entrance fee for the B&R Club to $40 as of April 1st. So we're okay for March. So basically, again, we can't do anything about it. Our costs are a little bit higher, but we've tried to minimize it as much as possible. So our cost will be $40. Lots of things are ongoing. We're winding down the Out of the Cold program. We've got 2 more sessions, and it winds down at the end of March. And it's been going very, very well. So I've been really enjoying my time there, and I'm at the consignment table basically. Group leaders and such. Does anybody else want to make a speech, or anybody need to say anything? Glenn? No. I think.
Walter, I can. Maybe you or I should say, but the nominating committee for the 2027-28
right.
Rotary Year Club president is recommending Walter Gietzer as president, and the board has approved this. So on our meeting next week, Walter will be there, and we will also get the club to support him.
Yes, Walter is very, very qualified. He's got a lot of energy, and he's going to contribute a lot to our club, I believe. Yes.
Good. Mm-hmm. He's also very enthusiastic.
Yes, very much so. Yes.
Assuming this role in his Rotary career. So.
Yeah. So it's a win-win for all of us. Yeah, I think. Okay. I don't think. Is there anything else?
I may continue.
Go ahead.
If I may. And that is, again, a couple of weeks ago, I think everyone received information about the 2 past district governors who like famous people players, Linda Ryder and myself. And we took the initiative of putting together a luncheon on Saturday, April the 25th at the Famous People Players. And I hope that we will get a good turnout from the club. The reason why we choose a luncheon was that we realized with our age that there are a lot of grandchildren to the Rotarians. And this would give them an opportunity, the members an opportunity not only to bring their children, but also the grandchildren to the event. So there is a special price for the children, a lower price, not higher.
Yeah.
So you will be reminded again, but again, we are using Club Runner to register and pay.
Mm-hmm. Good. Very good. No, excellent. Okay. Anybody else for the good of Rotary? Yes, Maria.
Not strictly speaking a Rotary thing, but I'm hoping to see many Rotarians there. This Saturday, 14, my church has this Easter bazaar. So if you want to come, and you will bring to a good cause to the church at the same time that you can eat delicious Swedish specialities like a shrimp sandwich, and I won't have to say this to Lars because this year we will also have meatball sandwiches, proper Swedish meatball sandwiches. It's a interesting speciality. And so I hope you will have time to pass by, and maybe we can do a special Rotary table. I can put up a sign and saying there, you don't need to sign up, just come there. My church, it's between 12 and 3 now this Saturday, Bayview and Broadway.
Okay, thank you. I'll be there. I'll be there. Yeah. Okay.
I will be there too.
Sounds good. Sounds great. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I guess just can close out by saying that next week we're at the BNR Club, Wednesday at noon in person, which I know we all like so much. You'll receive the invitation Friday, and it's important from Laura, and it's important that you RSVP Friday. As soon as you get it would be preferable, because by Sunday the club needs to know our numbers. So that's why we've had to back up a couple of days on the RSVP process, so we can get the numbers to them in time. And we also don't want to be caught short and running around for chairs and tables the last minute. So hopefully you'll come, and that you will let us know by replying to the RSVP on Friday. And I think with that, I wish everyone a good week. Thanks to David Richardson in Florida for running Zoom from there. Doing Zoom once a month gives us an opportunity to bring in speakers that we wouldn't otherwise. Like example was tonight, Barbara Matthews lives in Guelph, and she would have a hard time, or she wouldn't be able to come into town to give us a presentation. So she was able to do that by Zoom. Then we got our 2 live meetings now at BNR, which are working really well, and of course Raw on the fourth Wednesday of the month. So I think wish you all a good week, and see you next Wednesday at the BNR Club.
Yeah. Okay.
Good night, everyone.
Good week, everybody. Yes.